RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right, what's up? My name is Tara Devlin. Thank you for hanging out. We meet here whenever I feel like it. And on Saturday evenings, we have a regularly scheduled time at 6 p.m. Eastern at the RDT Daily. Well, now it's the Tarabuster Facebook and YouTube channels. And because Facebook shut down our RDT Daily page. I have to remember that. I've been saying that for so long. It's stuck in my mind. But this week, I have to remind everybody that the live show on Saturday will be at 8 p.m., not 6. Wait. I felt a cough coming on. So it'll be at 8 p.m., not 6 p.m. this Saturday. I'll post about it. I'll tweet about it as well. But that won't stop people from saying, where are you? At 6 p.m. It is what it is. I'm trying to get the word out. But yeah, everybody has lives. Hello, Ed the First. Ed is the first. He's always the first in the chat room. I appreciate that. And hi, Errol Thomas. Hello. Yes, Poppy Champlin's going to be calling in soon. I'm happy about that. Yesterday, we had Tom Hartman on the show to discuss his book. Oh, fuck this. Somebody's at the door. You hear this shit? To discuss his book, The Hidden History of American Oligarchy. What am I going to do when somebody's at the door and I'm on I just started the show? Oh, my God. Let's see. Do I have any movies I can play? Yeah, let's play this for a second. I'll be right back.
Green, spouting off about QAnon conspiracy theories. She's not backing down about bragging about a great call she had with you-know-who. Some Republicans are speaking out against her, but not as many as you think. So this question keeps coming up. I don't know why. But is she the extreme in the GOP? Or is the party headed in that direction? Or was the party already in this direction? I start with you, Sonny.
Look, I don't think she's the extreme part of the Republican Party. I think she is the Republican Party right now. And I said it last week. The Republican Party is the Trump Party. The Republican Party is now the MAGA Party. The Republican Party is the QAnon Party, the Bertha Party, the Confederate Flag Party, the Confederate Statue Party, the Insurrection Party, the Big Lie Party, the Stop the Steal Party. That is the Republican Party. And if you think about...
That was a pretty appropriate video to play. I don't know if you heard me. The fucking bell was ringing. I'm buzzing the guy in. He's like, meh, meh. It's the most annoying buzzer, too, in my apartment. Does everything suck? Why does everything... No. I got to stop saying that. Because the show doesn't suck. And I appreciate everybody who wrote me a little note of support saying, stop saying the show sucks. It doesn't suck. It's life. We're doing the show anyway. We do it anyway. In spite of the bells, in spite of whatever, all the technical problems. You do it anyway. This is how we're going to win. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's life. So thank you, Errol, for your super chat right out of the gate. The Republican Party still remain as losers. Absolutely. And even worse. They're worse than losers. They're dangerous. They haven't learned a goddamn thing about what happened on January 6th. In fact, they're minimizing it. What's really concerning, well, besides everything else, is when AOC... Well, first of all, they hate her because she actually... the policies that she promotes are exactly what this country needs. That's how you know that she's doing it correctly. I mean, there is a Buddhist, I guess it's a Buddhist, I don't know, what's true truism, or it's not a saying, but it's that when, well, and it's a life thing too. The Confederacy of Dunces things, to put it in more modern terms, that you'll know you're doing the right thing because you'll get pushback. If you were just going with the flow, it's sort of like the Chuck Todd media mouthpiece theory. Obviously, what does Chuck Todd bring to the table? He doesn't bring anything to the table. So he, of course, gets promoted and paid and gets expanded into different time slots and different shows. So his reach gets wider because he's not really bringing anything to the table. He's not challenging the power structure that needs to be challenged. And if the power structure didn't need to be challenged, if everything was running as it's supposed to in a free democratic society that promotes the general welfare over the welfare of a 1%, then the country wouldn't be the least upwardly mobile with the widest income gap. These are this is know them by their fruits. This is how we know the country is broken. The policies are broken. It's not, and many of the people are broken too. If only they would get the help they need. I really believe that. If Republicans would get the help they need and stop inflicting their manias on society, maybe we'd have we would. The world would be a much better place. And certainly they'd be happier. They have to be miserable. Really. Look at them. Look at the way they behave. How happy can you be when you're scouring the internet for mocking? Here's the thing. Today, whatever. When you're scouring the internet looking for, looking for people to hate, mocking humanity, mocking the basic tenets of humanity. Because AOC shared that she shared her experience during the Capitol insurrection, saying that she was terrified. She thought a couple of times, like, this is it. If somebody comes around the corner with a gun, I'm done for. If one of these, of course, she's 100% true. If she's standing in the hall, what do you think would have happened if that mob turned the corner and saw her in the hall? What would they have done? Would they have said, "Excuse me, miss, can I speak to you for a minute? You're an American, I'm an American. We may have different political views, but we both love the country and want a economically vibrant middle class, right? And just have different ideas of how to get there." What do you think would have happened? They would have murdered her too. They beat somebody over the head with a fire extinguisher. These are people that were taking dumps in the Capitol and wiping it on the floor. These people are sick. So of course she was terrified. Then people were banging on the doors saying, "Where are you?" We heard that on tape. We heard them going, "Nancy Pelosi, where are you?" Like out of a horror movie. Show yourself. These are fucking sick sons of bitches. And frankly, it's the Republicans. Of course, it's Twitler. He's the number one pimple on the ass of humanity. But the other festering boils are the rest of the Republican Party. Their words have weight. So we may not be stupid like the dum-dums who fall into the QAnon cult, but a lot of people are dumb. And they're looking on the internet. They're hateful. They're ugly on the inside anyway. They're stupid. They don't get out much. And that was pre-pandemic. And they hate anybody who doesn't have the same pigment, the same beliefs, the same sky spook as them. And they're on the internet looking for somebody to blame because the con man who pulls their strings have been telling them that their problems are not, just like Reagan told them, it's government is the problem, and it's the other, those who, the caravan, the squad. Yeah, I have the music on. Wait, hold on. I need a tissue. Oh, help me, Lord. This show is really getting real. I'm not sick. I'm just old and tired. And I don't know. Yesterday was rough because I wanted a better interview. I don't want to go over this again. Tom Hartman was very gracious. And he actually, when I texted him, I said, thank you for coming on the show. And my audience was thrilled you were there. Wait, I'm unmuted. What? I'm muted? Hello? I'm not muted. What are you talking about? What's happening? And so I said, thank you, blah, 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 for sticking it out when we had the problem with Skype. And also I apologize for talking so much, but I was so excited to have you on that I think everything I wanted to say to you tried to come out of my mouth at once. And he said, you did great. I thought that was very cute, and also it just gracious of him, and it made me, feel like a kid. Good for you, kid. Right? Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. I'm unmuted. So Poppy's going to call at 8:30. Let me see the time. And the reason I have the music tonight, because I want to keep track of the time. Last night we had, the show went long, even though, of course, you can't really count all the technical difficulties. But when I'm just very tired. I need to go to bed. And I think I'm not well mentally in my mind. I think the show, with Tom, that when he was coming on the show, I had built it up in my mind so much, and then when it didn't turn out like I expected, I wanted it to go in a different way. I think it really kind of exhausted me mentally. So I have to be careful. I don't want to go into a depression about it. It wasn't that bad. It's not bad. It wasn't bad. Hopefully we'll laugh about it one day. I just wish I had shut my mouth for a little bit and let him talk. God. So, all right. I don't want to turn this show into another therapy session about the interview with Tom Hartman. So we'll continue on. And that's why I asked Poppy to be on the show today, because she's just somebody who is warm and funny and compassionate, and she'll talk me off the ledge. You know what I mean? So anyway, let's get back to, it's not hey. I'm just normal mentally ill. You know what I mean? Run of the mill, average, mentally ill. How human beings can relate to. I'm not off the chain mentally ill, where I think Jewish people created a laser to clear the ground for high-speed rail. This is what these QAnon people... You know what's so fascinating, too? They're so sick. It's tough enough to get through every single day. There's no conspiracies going on to hit Earth with a laser to make way for high-speed rail. Because if that's the way they think, you understand that if they think that people are capable of that, that's because they're capable of it. You know what I mean? And this is the fascinating thing about human beings. Projection, psychological projection. So that's why Democrats are frustratingly annoying. They don't think like that. We don't think like that. We're not thinking when we lose an election, we don't think to incite an insurrection against the legally elected government. We lick our wounds, we go on, we figure out, you know what happens, to my utter frustration, if we lose elections, you know what happens? The Democrats start reaching across the aisle again, saying, hey, I could be just like you. I could be a Republican. Vote for me. See, I'm like you, just not as crazy. I never understood why Democrats, well, you know, like the Amy Klobuchars of the world, they think that this is a winning strategy. Maybe it wins. I think it wins, I guess, when Amy Klobuchar wins, but it doesn't win in general, doesn't win in the long run, because look at where we are. We got here because of the middle of the road Democrats, just as much, well, not as much. Well, it's the fact that the Democrats didn't take Harry Truman's advice. Don't stop acting like Republicans. When the American people have a choice between a Republican and a Democrat who acts like a Republican, they're going to go for the original article. They're not going to go for the panderer. But so the Republicans today, we really have to be concerned. So AOC shared her experience, her trauma of being, of enduring, of being in the Capitol assault, the riot. It wasn't a riot, it was an insurrection. It was treason. But she shared her trauma. Of course it's traumatizing. I was in the National Guard. I was in fake wars I'm still traumatized by, for God's sakes. You know, when we went in the field, we were playing all these war games, and you'd be sleeping, and all of a sudden it would be gas, gas, gas. You had to run and put on your gas mask. I mean, that's traumatizing. It's also kind of fun, but that's different. This is different, but because you knew it was fake too. But you know what I mean. And so, what are the Republicans doing? When AOC shares, especially her, they want to denigrate her, and they're not finding. They're finding no shortage of people to jump on that bandwagon. That's for sure, especially in the corporate media. But they're mocking her. She's lying. They're saying, yeah, she lied. She wasn't really traumatized. Nobody was really traumatized. See, it wasn't that bad, right? The insurrection, it wasn't that bad. It was a bunch of people beating cops with fence hooks and American flags and fire extinguishers. It wasn't that bad. I mean, only 5 people died. So get over it. God damn it. I'll be right back. Thank you, Jim, for your super chat. I needed that. Unbelievable. So right now they're... Let me see. Let's just go here for a second and look at... This is happening on the House floor. They're... Let me see what he's saying.
Only stifle our nation's energy and environmental progress. 1 million jobs across the country. 120,000
I thought they were going to be...
in the state of
I
Texas
thought they were
alone.
sharing...
And as we heard from our colleague...
I thought they were sharing tonight about their insurrection experiences. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, these filthy Republicans, they want us to all negate. I mean, this is how inhumane they are. You know what sucks? This is the party of life? Mocking, and the party of law and order, the party of life. And it's almost tedious pointing out the hypocrisy. What we really need to be doing is pointing out how dangerous they are, and they truly are. Let's listen to... I know, I'm sorry to do this to you. I'll get rid of that for a second. Here's Jim Jordan defending Marjorie Taylor Green.
Tomorrow. In control by the chair and the
Wait, hold
minority
on, wait.
member of the Committee on Ethics, the gentleman from Florida, Mr. Dutch, and the
No,
gentlewoman from
hold on.
Indiana, Ms.
I gotta go.
Pilarski. Each will control 30 minutes. The chair now recognizes the gentleman
Here
from
we go.
Indiana is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield 2.5 minutes to the ranking member of the Judiciary Committee, Mr. Jordan.
I thank the gentlelady.
Minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Who's next?
Who's next?
Who is next?
Get the
Everyone
fuck
has
out
said
of here.
things they wish they didn't say.
Everyone said things they wish they didn't say. That's it. Everyone said things they wish they didn't say. That's a little different than the conspiracy. Everyone said, who hasn't said a bullet would be faster in regard to Nancy Pelosi? Who hasn't? Who among us hasn't sown violence against our fellow Americans and our co-workers? Who among us? Who could cast the first stone? Who hasn't said something they regretted? Well, it's an epidemic with the Republicans. I said something I regretted. Yeah, yesterday I said something I regretted. I didn't shut my mouth. I regretted that. I couldn't stop talking. I had a lot of words coming out of my mouth, and my brain was saying, shut the fuck up. Let him talk. But that's a little different. You won't hear my regrets for what I never said that, let's see, Jews were, there's a cabal. I mean, this is really what we're talking about, the insanity of the Republican Party. It's no longer the fringe. This is who they are. They are effing nut jobs. They're lunatics. And it's not funny anymore. It's dangerous. They are a cancer in our body politic. That's no getting around it. Let me see. Here's some of her bigoted comments. Who among us hasn't said something they regretted? Not only have they regretted, these Republicans haven't even regretted the lie about the election. They're still going on saying that Trump won the election. He didn't. This is the dangerous big lie that incited the insurrection. So let's see. Green has a history of bigoted comments. Green suggested that Muslims do not belong in government. Well, who among us hasn't said? I mean, this is what they're saying. Who hasn't said something they regretted? No, they only regret when there's consequences. When the rest of Earth evolves in spite of these Republicans, and then the Republicans are like, wah, 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 everyone's trying to cancel me. Well, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it is the duty of every American patriot to cancel the traitors. It is our duty to cancel the racists, the insurrectionists, the violent morons trying to turn this, they're trying to turn this country into an autocracy, an entrenched oligarchy, and an autocracy. Oh, Errol Thomas, am I the only one on Twitch? Don't get me wrong, I'm also on YouTube as well. Yeah, I mean, there's nobody on Twitch. I don't know. Go to YouTube. Okay, here.
They wish they didn't do.
They wish they didn't do. Like what? You wish you had reported the sexual assault you were privy to? The pedophile running rampant under your charge? I mean, these people are pathetic. Unbelievable. Suzanne on Facebook. I'm new here. I got a recommendation from Greg on Tom Hartman's show. Thank you, Greg. Greg is our number one Terra Buster fan. Tom Hartman was on the show yesterday. So it's like kismet. Welcome, Suzanne. If you want, there's more people over on the YouTube page.
Who will
That's youtube.com/C/Tarabuster show. All right. Let's continue with this Jim Jordan.
Cancel culture attack next. Former New York Times editor Barry Weiss, not a conservative, had to resign because of the environment at that paper.
Aww.
She had to resign. She coined this term, the digital thunderdome.
What the?
You engage in wrong think. You engage in wrong speak.
Yeah, bitch. Wrong think. It's wrong. It's wrong speak to say that Twitler won the election in spite of the fact that he didn't. Yeah, that's not freedom of speech, by the way. It's not. Just like we can't yell fire in the crowded theater without there being consequences, that is the equivalent of yelling fire in the goddamn country, for God's sakes. It's almost like, see, we're not stupid like the idiots who fall for the con, the Republicans. Well, they're racist. I mean, that makes, and it goes hand in hand. So it's almost like some of them cannot be faulted for believing that the election, that Twitler actually won the election. This is what he's saying. And they're backing him up in spite of the over 80 lawsuits. They're not seeing the judges. They're not seeing what's going on inside these courtrooms when the judges are dismissing the lawsuits with prejudice, meaning you're wasting our time. F off. Enough. You won't be able to bring this back. That's why they have to go to different venues. What they're seeing Giuliani on OAN or wherever the hell they go. It's really tragic. I don't know if I told you. There was a Facebook page that I was a part of. It was my elementary school, our class in elementary school. I mean, it's my public school 8 on Staten Island, and I remember it well. And we had a reunion. Really, an elementary school reunion, but it was very nice. I went to it. And unfortunately, in this Facebook page, all of the sudden, because this was Staten Island, mind you, the right wing, it's the only Republican borough in New York City. Not that there aren't normal people there and morons in the rest of the city, you know, but it's concentrated on Staten Island. And all of a sudden, somebody, you know, we're just posting things on this Facebook page. I never posted anything political on there. But the right-wingers cannot help themselves. They don't know how to behave. They really, as I say, lack the maturity to function in a free democratic society. They can't help themselves. So one of the people from this Facebook page, somebody I went to grade school with, started posting all these clips from One American News Network about how Trump had had won the election, how it was stolen from him. And I was like, get me the fuck out of this group. Everything that Republicans touch turns to shit. And other people are like, what is this shit? Not everybody was all going along with it, of course, but this is another example of the Republicans. You see, they don't have the ability to control themselves. They don't know what is appropriate behavior, what is acceptable behavior, what is polite company, when is the right time to approach a subject, what is the appropriate forum. You know what I mean? For real. It's the same. So that's just an example on a Facebook page. But it's the same everywhere. You know why? Because there are no limitations on Republicans. They get away with everything. They are allowed to be immature and ridiculous and violent and threatening. You'd show me a Democratic representative, an ad from a Democrat that has the Democrat holding a gun saying, I'm the right-winger's worst nightmare. What does that mean? She's, and I'm referring to Marjorie Taylor Green's, her ad. She had an ad that had her with a gun, with an assault weapon, with I'm the squad's worst nightmare, implying that, what, you're going to murder them? That's what, but if you say that, it goes back to Sarah Palin with her ad, with all the gun sites, the target marks on the representatives, where, you know, on the different representatives. And that was when Gabby Giffords got shot. And then she was like, oh no, that you're picking on me. You're reading into it. That's the point. You're reading into it. That's what they want you to do. Read between the lines. What is stand back and stand by, Proud Boys? What is Lauren Boebert saying, enduring the insurrection, Nancy Pelosi is no longer in the Capitol? What the? After they were told by the Secret Service, do not tweet your location. Do not say anything about where you are or where other members are. And Lauren Boebert, who couldn't give a shit, she couldn't give Nancy Pelosi the time of day or the respect of her position, tweets out, Nancy Pelosi is no longer in the Capitol. Because she's fucking in on it, of course. There are no tours in the Capitol. It's shut down because of COVID. The only way you can get a tour is if a member of Congress or one of their staff let you in and give you a tour. So what were these goons doing in the Capitol? We will find out, and it will be revealed. Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Green, They're just the tip of the iceberg with these insiders. You want to talk about an inside job? This was an inside job. These people are anti-American. As sure as goddamn General Lee was anti-American. Another traitor who we were supposed to all forgive and forget. Let bygones be bygones. Well, as they continue to wave the flag of losers and traitors, to parade that loser and traitor flag through the Capitol. And there's no repercussions. They give that Marjorie Taylor Green bitch a standing ovation. They gave her a standing. Let's look at the here. I know hold on. Standing. Oh, let's see. They gave her a standing ovation. I want to say, wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm waiting. Oh, shit. Poppy's on the phone already. Hold on. Let me get Poppy in here. Poppy.
Am I too early?
No, you're fine. Yeah, I'm actually too late because I wasn't paying attention to the phone. To the time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm listening. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Cool. You're listening. Yeah, but I'm just saying that let me just say that some of Marjorie Taylor Greene's comments, and this is who they gave can you believe they gave her a standing ovation? This bitch, the QAnon theory queen. And okay, so here's some of the things. Well, first of all, she promoted the false claim that Trump actually won, of course, wearing that mask. Trump won, on top of many other things. She endorsed the conspiracy theory that Sandy Hook, the school where they killed toddlers, where toddlers were murdered, that was a staged false flag. She said that the Parkland school shooting was a false flag.
What the hell is the point?
To take away guns. See, that's
why do they want that? Oh.
Yeah, this is what they say, that it's a false flag. They promote it. I mean, they're so fucking. This is how disgusting they are. The reason they say that this is a false flag, they think that people are capable. Everybody's just trying to get through the day. We're going to all come up with a giant conspiracy to murder children, but it's going to be a false flag. Everybody's going to be an actor. So, you know how many people have to be involved in a conspiracy like that, and they have to keep that secret forever and ever, and then you have the mothers and fathers of the children who supposedly died, but they didn't really die because they're actors, and they all have to go along with it forever. So it's just it's beyond
insane.
Yes, it's insane. It's insane, and it's ridiculous. People aren't coming up with these conspiracies. We're just trying to live a day at a time. But it goes to show you who they are. They're capable. I mean, what kind of a mind comes up with that kind of that kind of conspiracy where it's children, fake children, fake dying, and fake parents, and crying on TV, so they can take away your guns? If they wanted to take away your fucking guns, they would take them away. We wouldn't need a big, giant false flag event. It would just, they would take them away. And in fact, the only time guns were ever confiscated in this country was after Katrina, and that was George W. Bush. They confiscated guns. So Let me, that's it. That's who they are. But that's a Republican did that. But it's insanity.
They took away guns after Katrina.
Yeah, they went around. Let me. This is a long time since after Katrina, there was a gun. They declared because they didn't want looting, so let's see. So the feds went in and they took people's guns. So George Bush, I remember talking about this back then. Bush, guns, Katrina, and then I remember just talking about it. Let's see. Police begin seizing guns of civilians. Yep, here we go.
Wow.
New York Times, 2005. New Orleans. Local police officers began confiscating weapons from civilians in preparation for a forced evacuation of the last holdouts still living here as President Bush steeled the nation for grisly scenes of recovering the dead that would unfold in the coming days. Police officers and federal law enforcement agents scoured the city carrying assault rifles, seeking residents who have holed up to avoid forcible eviction. Individuals are at risk of dying. There's nothing more important than the preservation of human life. Although it appeared Wednesday night that forced evacuations were beginning, the authorities were still looking for those willing to leave voluntarily. But, yeah, Mr. Bush urged 1 million people displaced by the storm to contact federal agencies. Let me see. But
So they did take away guns.
Yeah.
They were able to do that.
Yes. Mr. Compass, the police superintendent, said after a week of near anarchy in the city, no civilians in New Orleans will be allowed to carry pistols, shotguns, or any other firearms. Only law enforcement will be allowed to have weapons, he said.
Wow.
Yep. I have the music on only because I'm trying to keep myself to a timer. So
that's cool.
But yeah, that was the only time they ever confiscated guns was during George W. Bush. So
she really doesn't have a leg to stand on.
No, they don't.
They just stand on that. Just stand on that, so that's a platform that so many people want to stand on.
Yes.
So they just call it out.
Right, and it makes no. See, that's the thing with Republicans. It doesn't have to make sense. There doesn't have to be truth. It doesn't have to have any fact. It doesn't.
That's so sad.
Yes, and this is, we have a tendency in this country we let them get away with it because, just like in life, we just want to get through the day. Nobody wants to be dealing with this shit. But
you know what I think too is, I'm sure the ratings went down on MSNBC and CNN ever since Trump is gone. So
maybe,
and you're still talking about it. So it's like it's news to be it's news to be negative. It's news to be to light a fire under people's ass like that. It's news, and people want to get scared or get riled up about it. I mean, that's what news is, isn't it?
Yes, but we should be scared about this. This is a big problem. There was a assault on the Capitol. This can't
true.
be.
We should be.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, even you're like, well, why? No, people want to be scared. We should be scared. They killed 5 people, died. I mean, they murdered some.
You know what?
What?
You know what pisses me off is that honor the fallen police officer, but what about that poor girl who got shot?
Fuck her. She's the one
was following the.
What?
She was following the lies too.
Yeah, but
she got shot.
Yeah, well, she was.
Nobody talked about her
because she asked for it, and I mean, was on the wrong side. She was a moron.
Yeah, but come on.
What? She's gonna lie in state? What?
That's not lie in state. But I mean, at least talk about her.
Yeah,
She's
well, we
not
do
put
talk
up
about.
the
All right,
whole
let's talk
bullshit.
about her. All right, relax. Hold on. Your phone is breaking up. What the hell? Are you?
My phone sucks. My phone is the one fucking thing, and I'm so pissed off. I paid a lot of money for this phone.
What
and
happened?
I'm sitting right beside my router, and I have one bar on AT&T. I don't know.
Wow. What? Where are
Yeah.
you? Are you in your car?
So, I know. I'm in my office.
Oh.
I don't understand. My phone is having some issues.
Is this a new phone?
I'm having issues. I'm having
yes.
issues. Yeah, it's me.
You are? What?
My unemployment got shut down.
What?
I'm like, what?
What do you mean?
It's been 3 weeks. I don't know. They just fucking shut it down, and I tried to get back, and then to call them to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
It took me. It took me every time you call. It's like, oh, call back later. There's too many people calling. Call back later. There's too many people calling, and that happened for a day and a half. And then finally, I got through, and they're like, okay, stay on hold. And then I was on hold, and I stayed on hold for an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh my God.
And yeah, and then somebody came on, and there was fraud going on with my Social Security number.
There was fraud. Holy shit.
Something. Yeah.
What was
So
it?
you know what I had to do?
No.
I don't know. I had to send them. This is the truth. She said, okay, what you got to do now? She goes, you got to take a selfie of you and your license, so we can read your license, and you got to take a picture of your Social Security card, and you got to send us those pictures.
Okay, that makes sense. They want to see you, like you're being verified,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
what happened?
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, I
So
did it.
what fraud was? Did they tell you what fraud was being perpetrated?
No.
You didn't know? You couldn't. So are they gonna?
No, I don't know.
Is it gonna be resolved? What are they doing?
I don't know. I guess I got to go wait an hour and a half again to get back on and just wait to see if the money shows up.
Was this today? Is that when? Did this happen
I
today?
did it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
Well-
all they got to do, if they just didn't tell you, what would they just stopped your unemployment, or
They just stopped. Yeah, they just stopped it. It just wasn't coming.
Holy
And when
shit.
I went to certify one time, it said, this number is this Social Security number is not recognized.
Wow, that's fucked up. That's scary.
I know.
It's like, that's my number. What
So
are you
I was-
talking about? Wow.
Right. So I was freaking out for a little while.
And what was the resolution, though? Did they say call back, or we'll call you?
That's
or?
all she said to do. That's all she said to do, and hopefully they'll take care of it now.
Well, I'm sure you're not alone.
Yeah.
There's all this. I mean, people are fucked up. There's always something fucked up going on. I get emails from. It's really effed up. I'm sorry. I keep saying fucked up, but they're
I'm sorry. I said it first.
That's okay. I mean, it's really, this is the way it is. It's Tarabuster. It is. We can curse. We can say whatever we want, but.
Yeah.
I get, it's weird. I don't know what fraud this is, though. I get, wait. I'm just trying to find it. I get the, wait, hold on. Let's see. I get emails from people that say, you're hired. Okay, we found your resume on, but it's fraud. It's complete fraud. So they must go through like LinkedIn or something, and they find people's addresses or email, and then they send this offer, quote unquote. And I know that people must fall for it. I know that it's fraud, but I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, but what do you have to do?
They want. That's what I want to figure out. And I actually responded to some of them, like, oh, great, I can't wait to start or whatever, because I wanted to know what the fuck it was. But maybe they suspected that I, was just pulling their legs. I haven't. So anyway, I don't know what fraud that is, but it's pretty sick because they're playing on people. Because I know that there are probably people who are receiving these emails and they're desperate for a job and they fall for it, So I don't know what it is, but there's
what's in it for them? Like, what do they get?
Well, people are fucked up. It's if people only spent.
Well, is it because people are getting desperate, right?
Right.
To make money.
That's it. So I don't know what. And I Googled employment scams, just wanted to see. And there's some scams where they send you packages, but it could be, I don't know. I don't have that kind of mind. So people are just, they spend if they only spent as much time doing the right thing as they did coming up with a scam to fuck people over. Because how do you do that to somebody? Like, how do you do that?
I know.
But
they're just
people are sick.
From here.
There's a lot of sick fucking people, and I have to remind myself that too, because a lot of times I think, well, with the show, I have to be more careful. Like just with my own self.
You do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and didn't you say that Facebook just did?
Oh yeah, well, Facebook shut down the Facebook page because, well, this is a whole other story. For those who haven't heard before, my effing Republican Dirty Tricks Facebook page, which has been up for 12 years, since 2009. It took me until now we had an audience of 160,000 followers. I mean, real followers. So it took that long to get all those followers. And one day they shut it down for violating community standards, but it was, so there's a guy who who works on the site, okay, and he's one of the admins, and he was posting. I went through this before, but on the show, for those who, they're probably like, this show.
I don't mean to,
but
I don't want you to
no,
go
I know,
through
but he was posting pictures of Nazis, and but it wasn't like, it wasn't pro-Nazi. It was like it had, Nazis don't be a Nazi. That was the context, and but then every single effing violation of community standards had a picture of a Nazi. So I said to him, he kept saying, but it's true. Yes, it's true. Yes, Nazis suck. Yes. Yes, they cheered Hitler, and then look what happened. Yes. Okay? But it doesn't matter the context. Clearly, Facebook doesn't want pictures of Nazis. Don't fucking put any more pictures of Nazis up. And guess what? He put up more pictures of Nazis. He put up a picture of Nazi in December, and then I said, stop with the fucking Nazis. And then it got dinged. And he was like, but it's true. And I said, I don't understand. What is it is it me? I feel like I've been cursed where people don't listen to me.
Well, is he like a producer of yours?
Yeah, he's like an admin on Republican Dirty Tricks. I mean, there's a small handful.
Listen to your request.
I'm the boss.
Your show, and he didn't listen to your request.
No, he didn't.
Wonderful.
No, I mean,
he's
don't say that. He can't say that. What if he's listening? I mean, I'm sure he feels bad about it, but I feel worse because it's like a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of, energy into this Facebook page that had a community, and it's gone if we can't get it back. So one of the other admins is trying to get it back, and she's working on it, but because I just said I can't fucking deal with this shit. And then I said,
Yeah. Right.
stop. I posted because it was all like in our chat, in our management chat, our RDT Daily Management chat, and I was like, I said no fucking Nazis. How many times did I have to say? I mean, you would think.
That's gotta be. This is a great sitcom right here, right now.
I know.
Seriously, I said no Nazis.
Right, but then he said, what did he say? But it's true.
But it's true.
Yes, it doesn't matter if it's true. And then even
It doesn't matter.
so the other day, the woman who was trying to get the site back, which, you know, good. I'm glad she's doing it because I don't have the patience because I'm pissed. And she's like, "Can you?" She said, posted something in the management chat, and she said, "I'm trying to do blah 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 blah," and then he said, and then he posted a picture of one of the pictures that had been dinged for violating community standards, and it was another picture of fucking Nazis, and he said, and while you're at it, can you please find out why this is a violation of community standards?
No.
Because it's true, right? And and she was just like,
What is wrong with him?
I don't know. And then she said, I'm focusing on getting the page back. I'm not worried about this right now. And so, but I was just like, I don't understand.
Wow.
Why don't you listen to me? I feel like I'm cursed that people don't heed my advice, and it's not my advice. I mean, it's my site, so I'm the boss.
Yeah,
so
right.
I said,
You're the boss.
I don't care if I said to them, don't put any pictures of kittens, which I would never do, but then that would be the standard. Don't put up any pictures of Nazis, please. That's it. When you get and I kept explaining, it doesn't matter if it's true.
It's true, right?
The computer, whatever algorithm they have, whatever fucking little script they run, it's just dinging Nazis. It doesn't effing ding the context. Oh
Well,
my
I'm
God.
sorry that someone is not paying attention to you when it's your show.
Nobody pays attention. I feel bad. Oh my God. I just feel like this has been a tough week. Well, yesterday, the poor audience watching the show, we had Tom Hartman on the show yesterday, and it didn't go as well as I had hoped because I didn't let him get a word in edgewise. I just rambled, and so I got very well. He said it wasn't that bad. I don't know, whatever, he was being nice. But I don't know, it's just frustrating. Life is frustrating, but what are you gonna do?
My God, it's just getting more so.
What
It's getting more so.
I know. So anyway, let's focus on these Republicans. All right, so let's go through Marjorie Taylor Green. So you know what's going on with this woman, right? You understand?
Well, I know she's in there. I don't know what else. She's just spouting out some bullshit. I don't know what she's saying.
I mean, it's not, it's really dangerous. This is a big problem, in my opinion. The lunatics really are running the, it's not like, see, we only have one pro-democracy party in this country right now, and that's the Democratic Party. The other party they're not just anti-democratic, small d democratic. They are anti-reality. And they haven't even not only do they not take responsibility for the part they played and pushing the big lie that Twitler won the election and when he didn't, they are chastising all over the country. Like there's one, they actually, they went to sanction Liz Cheney because she voted to impeach Trump.
Oh yeah.
And they are also going after another one of their GOP members for voting to impeach Trump. So anybody who goes against the dim leader is now on the outs with them. Anybody who's halfway normal is on the outs. And the kook who thinks Jewish people have a laser to clear the land, to start fires, to clear the land for high-speed rail, she gets a standing ovation. And she's an outright bigot. So let's see. Green endorsed the conspiracy theory that Sandy Hook school shooting was staged. In 2018, she said that the Parkland school shooting was a false flag. What's with these fucking false flags with these assholes? That's like that's like saying the Holocaust was fake.
Yes, it is, and I wouldn't doubt that she believes that. Thing. Yes. But these false flags, what kind of sick world do these people live in? You know what I mean? That they're the false flags. What a sick, sinister world these freaks live in, and they walk around.
Do they do it because do you think they do it because they really believe it, or do they do it because they know that a portion of that Democrat that group of people believe it, so they just say it so that they'll be in the bases.
Right. Well, favor. I think some of them will say it because they don't want to go against their base. But I think that Marjorie Taylor Green actually believes it. She's one of these people that fell down the rabbit hole with the QAnon and then decided to run for Congress and won. So, but I really believe, oh yeah, definitely she believes. You have, if somebody like her, if she didn't believe, she wouldn't be chasing down David Hogg, a survivor of Parkland.
Oh my God.
You saw that. She's chasing him down. He's 18 years old in the video. Now he's 20, God. But he was in Washington lobbying Congress people and senators.
I did see that.
And she's like following him
down, like
harassing him, saying, "I have a concealed." This is what she's saying to a survivor of a school shooting. I have a concealed carry permit. As she's this strange bitch woman chasing him down in the street, saying, "Why won't you speak to me?" Calling him a coward. He's a fucking 18-year-old kid who survived a school shooting. And he's in Washington to try to lobby this blood-soaked bunch of ghouls to stop. Yeah. So no other kid ever has to die in a school shooting. And this fucking woman, who's twice his age and more, has no limitations. They have no boundaries, these people. That's why it's unacceptable. Their behavior is unacceptable. These are not adults. But they enable each other. They continue to enable each other. And you know for a fact, they're like, "Oh, be careful what you wish for, the slippery slope."
Yeah.
If the Democrat... yeah, I know. Well, they're saying, well, wait till we get in charge and we will do it. Well, there's no accountability with these Republicans. So we're just supposed to not care that there was an attack on the Capitol and that the liars spread the big lie to overturn an election. We're just supposed to move on from that. Meanwhile, here in reality, when Jim Jordan led the Benghazi, and Benghazi, right? Remember Benghazi hearings? Millions of dollars, hours. I mean, God, for years we heard about Benghazi. We never heard the end of it. And Hillary's emails. Jesus Christ.
If it wasn't for that last Comey that put out that last thing about her emails.
God help us. I
Trump never
know.
would have got in there.
Well, you never know. I don't know. That's what they say. I mean, it's true. It didn't help. It didn't help, but...
No. Oh, no, it did not help at all. That was horrific.
I mean, F him. And, well, Comey's so annoying. I'm thinking of him when he testified. Reasonable people can disagree. Shut the fuck up. Reasonable people can disagree whether I did the right. It's like, shut up. But anyway, so you wanted to know about this woman who died. What about her? What about her? She stormed the Cap. Her name is Ashley Babbitt. Let's talk about her.
Yeah, Ashley.
Woman killed in Capitol. This is from the New York Times. Women killed in Capitol embraced Trump and QAnon. She spent 14 years in the military. Ashley Babbitt bought a pool supply company. So what? I was in the military.
Well,
I'm not stupid enough to...
you served your country.
So what? There are assholes in the military just like there are assholes everywhere. Not everybody who served, and they all have different reasons.
She got caught up in it.
She's a moron. She's a moron. Well, that's the
problem. She's a bit of a moron, but you can't blame her entirely for getting caught up in this fucking this shit show.
Yes, I can.
That probably her husband got her into.
Her husband? Why do you say that? You misogynist? She doesn't have a mind of her own. I don't think she has a husband.
Exactly. Oh, really?
What? That doesn't make any sense. Exactly. Well, you're saying her husband got her into it, and then I say she doesn't have a husband, and then you said exactly. Like you're like...
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I wasn't going. I was going... She's just going along with whoever started this thing. Like, it's a cult.
It is a cult, but...
It's to be blamed.
I know.
The people that get sucked into it, they're just weak.
They are. That's the problem. And this is also why I say...
And that's why she shouldn't be so condemned, and she shouldn't be overlooked, because she's a result of this lie and this cult. So
but that doesn't excuse it. I mean, it's just the same way we don't... When these school shootings happen and these freaks, whatever, I'm trying to remember their names, like I can't remember, and who cares, like the ones who perpetrate the school shootings, we don't, they are damaged too, and they're sick and damaged and caught up in a lot of bullshit, but we don't honor them, when we honor the victims.
Well, you mean the shooters?
Yeah, and she's the same way. She's a moron.
All right.
She was shot. She was shot breaking through. The reason she was shot was, you know that video where they were all banging on the glass, and then one of them goes, "A gun." 'Cause she was jumping through the broken glass to jump through into the Senate. So what the fuck do you expect? She's a moron.
All right. I admit that, but I'm just saying people shouldn't overlook her death just because
nobody's overlooked it. She's total. Oh, yes. Oh, come on. Because she's on the wrong side of it? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, she still died.
So, okay. I'm sad that she died.
See, you just said so. Don't you feel bad that you just said so?
That she died? I don't. She didn't have to die. She's a moron.
No, she didn't.
She believed the con man.
Got caught up.
Like, I won't feel bad.
She was weak.
Yes, she was.
It's almost like you don't blame the poor people for being poor.
This is another... What do you mean? Are you saying that they're weak? There's nobody's saying that poor people are weak, are we, Poppy? You wouldn't want to say that.
Not, but I know. But
I don't blame I blame the system.
The poor lady died because she got caught up in some bullshit. Sometimes we get caught up in bullshit. We can't see our way out in time. And then she got killed before she could see her way out.
True, but
She has a chance. She could change.
she's got no chance now. She's dead. She was.
Oh, hey, don't make me laugh at that.
Wait a minute. No. I mean, good for you, I guess, for being empathetic to her. I understand how people are stupid and that they get caught up in things.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
that's
being
what
an
I'm saying.
addict. Now I know that if I had died when I was an addict, people would have said, well, she had it coming, right? She brought it on herself.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, and then
Yeah,
things
okay.
change. I got, by the grace of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, I'm here, whatever.
Right.
I look back,
And
I
so-
could say, but everything in life is about timing. Timing. You know that? Timing. You understand as
Yeah.
right? As a comedian.
Yeah.
We don't know what, maybe she would have seen the light. Who knows? But she brought it on herself. She's a moron. She should have known. I don't have any sympathy or empathy. It's like the morons at the Whitestone Republican Club, the idiots who had to have a Christmas party in the middle of the pandemic, and now they were all breaking out with COVID. Everyone's getting COVID. They were the drunken COVID conga line, and I don't feel bad for them for getting COVID. I feel bad for the people that they encounter and give COVID to. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm like, where's COVID when we need it? When they get it, they bring it on themselves. Even the people in the Capitol riot, there's COVID. People are coming down with COVID from that riot. So yes, of course they are. It's a shit show.
Of course.
Everything they touch, they
That's
turn to shit. But let's see. Ashley Babbitt. Let's see about this is from the New York Times. Ashley Babbitt had been preparing for this day, the day when the world events would turn her way. When a discouraged friend on Twitter asked last week, "When do we start winning?" Ms. Babbitt had an answer. January 6th, 2021. Oh, winning. Her name will now be connected to that date and to shaky footage showing of a crowd of rioters smashing glass on the door leading to the speaker's lobby of the Capitol. At the front of that crowd is the small figure of Ms. Babbitt wearing snow boots, jeans, and a Trump flag wrapped around her neck like a cape. "Go, go," she shouts, and then two men hoist her up to the rim of the broken window, and she sticks her head through the frame. A Capitol police officer in plain clothes.
Okay, so there you go. There's my point. Two men hoisted her up.
Well, she wanted
why
to.
aren't they fucking accomplices in her murder?
Oh my God! I wish they were too. They should be. They should be.
They should be.
Yes, they should all be in jail.
They put her up to it.
Well, she wanted to go. She was going go. And they probably picked her up because she was small. A Capitol police officer in plain, and they were saying the guy was going gun. A police officer in plain clothes fires a shot, and she falls back into the crowd. Blood starts pouring from her mouth. A day after Ms. Babbitt's, she was hit in the neck. Yeah. Ms. Babbitt's death as part of a mob storming the Capitol. Amid the counting of the Electoral College votes, a portrait of her is taking shape. Ms. Babbitt left the Air Force after 2 wars and 14 years, settling near working-class San Diego. As a civilian, she found herself newly free to express her political views. Her social media feed was a torrent of messages celebrating Trump and QAnon conspiracies and tirades against immigration, drugs, and Democratic leaders in California. Oh, she sounds like a real charmer. She's a real winner. You guys refuse. This is what she writes. You guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party, she said on in a video message on Twitter. You can consider yourself put on notice. Me and the American people, I am tired of it. I am woke, man. This is absolutely unbelievable, she writes. Or she said, the people close to Ms. Babbitt have all responded with shock. Her husband, she does have a husband, Aaron Babbitt, 39. So there you go. Told a Fox affiliate in San Diego. He said he sent his wife a message about 30 minutes before the shooting and she never responded. Her brother, Roger Withoff, 32, said Ms. Babbitt had not told her family that she was planning to go to Washington, but he was not surprised that she would protest. My sister was 35 and served 14 years. To me, that's the majority of your conscious adult life, her brother said. If you feel like you give the majority of your life to your country and you're not being listened to, that's a hard pill to swallow. Oh, poor fucking baby, not being listened to. This is what their problem is. They lost the election. You're not being listened. They didn't get their way. Oh, I gave my 14 years to my country and I'm not, my fucking con man didn't win.
Well.
Please.
She bought into it.
She's an idiot. One less idiot. I'm sorry. One less fucking moron. One less COVIDiot. I'm sorry. I have empathy for people. I do. But not for morons. Not for willful, ignorant morons who are the albatross. Yes, of course I feel bad. I didn't want her to die. I'm not trying to make her die or anything. But I will save my sympathy for the guy who got hit over the head with the fire extinguisher and died.
I know. I mean,
from these idiots.
Too, but I'm just saying.
They're not protesting. They weren't protesting anything decent, or they weren't trying to make a more perfect union or justice or equality, equal pay or whatever, equal rights. No, they were so-called protesting because they didn't get their way. Like toddlers.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
They don't like democracy. What are you just saying? Just saying?
I'm just saying that she deserves the right to live too. And she got caught up in the wrong thing.
Yeah, she does. But she fucking blew it. Away. She blew it. Yeah, she's dumb. Well, why would you be so dumb to fall for a con man? You know, for somebody who. What can you do?
Oh, well, what do you say? What do you say about what's his name, Koresh? And what do you say about all those people that fell for all of that bullshit?
What do you mean?
That they deserve to die? That they deserve to die?
Koresh. I never said Koresh deserved to die.
They all drank the Kool-Aid and they deserve to die?
Well, all right. Okay. Are we talking? Let's see. Koresh, that's a different story because they.
Why? Why?
They were attacked and.
Like Koresh.
That's yes, but that's.
He's like Koresh. He convinced them to do this. And so it's the same fucking thing.
So it's even but it's not like, so you're saying that what are we gonna do? We have a David Koresh and his minions in the fucking government. Yes. So it's even worse.
Yes.
So
that's what it was.
So what is your point? What is the point?
My point is you gotta feel bad for them dying.
I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. I do not feel bad for them dying. I really don't. I do not, because they brought it on themselves. It's like I don't feel bad for somebody who hurts an animal and gets his ass kicked. They brought it on themselves. I don't feel bad for these morons. I feel...
I see that. I see that about killing animals. I see that.
Mm-hmm.
What are your
this is the Darwin.
What are your people saying in the chat?
They're saying let's see. She wins the Darwin Award. That's what they're talking about. Ashley Babbitt wins the Darwin Award. Yes, she does.
Meaning she's an idiot?
Yes.
That's what that means?
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Why am I feeling bad for them? Fuck them. It's not after we're 20 years later and we're doing an after action review of the traitors who almost overthrew this democracy. We're still in it. And the traitors and their sickness, their thought sickness, is still infesting this country. So there is no, I don't have sympathy for them. They need to wake the fuck up, or we have to continue to hold them accountable until they do. I don't feel...
Well, they need to go to conversion camp or something.
It's not going to happen until there's
conversion therapy.
Well, they still have the people like Jim Jordan and the rest of them. They're still... we're talking about people, the Republicans, who they voted... I'm trying to get the guy's name. I can't remember. The GOP is sanctioned. Let me just look up GOP sanctions. Yeah. They're sanctioning... for voting for impeachment. I can't remember the guy's name. He's one of the moderates who's always concerned.
One of the...
Right. Let's see. Marjorie Taylor Green. Well, not him. Liz Cheney and... Who's the other one? Let's see. Republicans. Cans who voted for impeachment. I can't remember. What's the fucking guy's name? GOP not sanctions, censures. Yes, Kinzinger. That's the guy's name. The Illinois County GOP censures I can't say the guy's name. Kinzinger. Sometimes words have a hard time coming out of my mouth. I wish they had a hard time yesterday coming out of my mouth, because maybe I would have shut up and let Tom Hartman speak. Oh, I can't. You ever get something? Something happens and then you get completely embarrassed and you relive it again and again. That's my experience with my interview with Tom Hartman. Hopefully we'll have another shot at it. So, Illinois County GOP censures Kinzinger over Trump impeachment. So the GOP group from Illinois County, represented by Representative Adam Kinzinger, God, I can't say that word.
You did it.
I have to say it like like a child. Has officially moved to like a cat, a kitty, a cat. No, a child, a chillin'. No, I just say cat. I just like to say the word cat every now and then. It makes me feel better. Except when they're hissing at each other. Good, get a cat. No, dogs are good. I love them all. I just have cats because they're easier. I don't have to get up and walk them. So.
Right, they're much easier.
They really are. And Tara Jr. is toilet trained. I really want to start training. What? Yeah, no, he uses the toilet. Wait, hold on.
No.
Yes.
You trained her to use your toilet?
Yep, he's toilet trained. He's the best.
Oh my God.
He's a person. He's a person. And I trained Francis. Francis Jr. was toilet trained, but he started having all these urinary tract issues, so he started peeing on the floor. I ended up giving him a litter box. But he was fully toilet trained too. I'm thinking of trying to train him again, trying to get him back using the toilet, because now I have Ray, my third cat, and if I don't train him now, it's going to be impossible. So I'm thinking of training him. I'm thinking of starting again since I've been home.
Can you teach other people how to do that?
Yeah, yeah. It's just you have to have patience. How you do it is you bring you have the litter box in the bathroom, and then you raise it up over.
Wait, don't tell me. Save that, and use it and make some money.
No, it's not a secret. It's all you can get it on the web. And so you raise it up. You raise the litter box up on whatever on something sturdy, so they get used to jumping into the litter box. And then you Then you get a medium-sized turkey roasting pan at the supermarket or whatever. You get a couple of them. What are you laughing about? It's not. This ain't the joke. And then you put that in the toilet. So now they start using the toilet itself as the litter box. So the turkey roasting pan.
You put the roasting pan in the toilet?
Yes. So and then you close the lid. So they're using the toilet as their litter box. Okay. That's only one step.
Oh, so they think they're really going to the bathroom in a roasting pan?
No, they're going in a litter. The litter box is the toilet. Oh, my God. And then you cut a hole in the pan with an X-Acto knife, a little hole. And then you, over time, make it bigger, very incrementally. And you're still using litter around, but you do it slowly. So... But you really kind of do it by their cues. If you go too fast, they might pee in the tub or something, and then you'll know. Okay, that's too fast. And then, so you got to bring it back. Make the hole smaller. Wow. And then over time, it could take 3 to 6 months. You just do it a little at a time. It is a pain in the ass, especially if you only have one toilet like I do. And by the end, but then you got to keep your eye on the prize.
The payoff is amazing.
Yes. And now even with a litter box, so I have a litter box, and Tara Jr. still uses the toilet. So he has a choice. He could use the litter box if he wanted to, and he doesn't.
Wow.
Because he's so bonded to me. I really believe this. He thinks it's me and him raising Francis and Ray. He really does think that he is we're the same. We're equal.
Okay, so you have a conspiracy theory. There's a conspiracy theory right there.
What's that?
That's how conspiracy theories start.
What do you mean? What?
You have a conspiracy theory. That's your conspiracy theory. You believe that the damn cat is raising the other cat with you. I mean, come on.
I believe that? No, I could tell. That's what it feels like.
See, I can tell. You can tell. That is some bullshit.
Yeah, but at least
believing.
It's not if that's the case, if I believe that, it doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't change the trajectory of a democratic republic. It doesn't kill anybody. Yeah. So
true, but
it's not like Ashley Babbitt, the moron. The dum-dums. What?
Hey, I know. Hey, I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta go try and do something over
there.
Yeah,
go. You gotta what are you gonna do?
But thank you for having me on. And I hope that it was a good enough show.
I don't know. We'll see in the chat. If everybody hates the show now. I'm only kidding.
Do they flush? That's what I wanted to know. Do they flush?
Oh, no. Everybody asks that. They don't flush, and you don't want them to, because there will be times when you do have to see how everything is coming along in their bodies. So if they have, if there's something wrong, if they're sick, you want to see if they right. You want to see how their system is functioning.
Or maybe it would be good to ask if they lift the seat and then put the seat back.
They don't.
After they go.
They don't, because they go on they sit on the rim. They sit.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's
Oh,
the
these
best.
guys are funny. These guys are. I
They
wish I
are.
was reading more. This guy just said he used sit baths.
What did he say?
I used the sit bath.
What? I don't
Yeah, I
see
mean,
it.
what else do you let the cat do? Get in the tub with you, or what?
No, well, I don't. I take a shower. I don't sit around in a bath.
Oh.
I don't understand that. I don't. I have
I'm just
actually.
teasing
There's
you.
like what I have a bubble bath thing. I guess somebody gave it to me,
Yeah.
like bubble bath, and I've it's been sitting on my counter for like 15 years. This thing of bubble bath, and I was looking at it the other day. I was like, I have never taken a bubble bath in my adult life. I need to
Are
get
you
rid of this
kidding?
shit. Yeah. What the fuck? I'm gonna lay around in a
taking bubble
tub.
bath tonight.
You are?
Oh, yeah, man. I take one. Oh, yeah, man. I love my bathtub. I built this house around my bathtub.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on what kind of
You
bathtub
see-
you have.
It's beautiful. But, you know,
Oh.
the thing is, you know, from one attic to another, I got nothing to take the edge off. And
Right, me too.
A hot jacuzzi. just
Jacuzzi.
makes me like a piece of butter. Yeah.
Well,
I don't
jacuzzi is
but a
one
hot
thing.
bath, the
That's-
closest I can get.
Yeah, no, a jacuzzi, but a bubble bath? I don't know. It feels like a waste of time to me. Just laying there
they're
like
so
in a
hot.
bath.
You can make it hot. Oh, yeah, I fall asleep. It's awesome.
Huh. Well, in a jacuzzi, that's a different story, but anyway, whatever. We'll do it again. We'll do it again. Poppy.
All right.
All right, Poppy. Thanks for hanging
good,
out.
Good to see you. Good
Yes,
to hear
good
you.
to hear you too. And you stirred it up tonight. That's good. You gave me something to think
I
about.
should have put in some more jokes. I got jokes. I do have jokes.
You got any jokes you want to leave with?
Let's see. So, okay. So, I would. It's kind of a. It's a little bit of a long bit. I don't know. Oh, okay. Here's a short one. So my mom, she's 88, and she's been losing her vision, and she's been losing her eyesight and stuff like that, and she's getting scared, and so she asks a lot of questions, like all the time, asking questions, like where are you going? What day is it? What time is it? Where's my glasses? Why aren't I wearing my glasses, Poppy? I'm like, I don't know why you're not wearing your glasses. So for Christmas, I got her Alexa to run some interference for me, And, you can ask Alexa all these questions. What day is it? What time is it? Who won the Super Bowl? How old is Tom Brady? All that. So it worked, for a little while. And then the second day, she called and said, Alexa's not talking to me. I'm like, what? She's like, Alexa, she won't talk to me. I'm like, why? She goes, I don't know. So I went over there, and you know Alexa, like around the bottom, it turns a pretty blue and green when she's listening. You say Alexa, and it lights up. Yeah, well, I went over, and it was bright red. I'm like, oh.
Holy shit, what did she do? What'd your mom do to it?
She does it, what she does to me. She makes me fucking crazy is what she does. And we finally got Alexa to come back on, and all she kept saying was, I'm sorry, Barbara. I'm sorry, Barbara.
What? Really?
I'm not a good robot.
She really said that?
I think I should change that punchline. No, it should be, Barbara, you're a fucking asshole, and I'm not coming back. I don't know what it should be.
I'm sorry, Barbara. Oh my God, that's funny. I love it that it was like all red and angry.
Yeah, it was.
That's what would happen to me, I'm sure. That's great. Your poor mom.
Yeah.
That's all she needs is an angry robot on the loose. Like you live your whole fucking life, and this is what it comes to.
That's funny.
Now an angry robot. Great. Now I'm going to be killed by an angry robot. Great. It never ends.
That's funny.
All right.
You know, it's probably going to happen.
What do you mean? The angry robot?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, wasn't there something just on the other day about AI and how AI is, or it could have been a false, you know, ask Snopes about it. Yeah, I think it was a false thing, but that a robot did something and it reprogrammed itself.
Really?
So that yeah, something like that. But I think it was false news.
Oh. Why are you telling me that shit, though?
I think it's getting there.
Yeah, did you see, well, do you have HBO? Do you watch?
Yeah.
Well, there's that show,
What?
Raised by Wolves. That was good, I thought.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's about robots, and I didn't think I would like it, but I liked it. I like Travis Fimmel. He played Ragnar Lothbrok in Vikings, but he's in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, but yeah, if you have HBO, that's a good one.
Viking,
What?
you have a Viking boyfriend? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I just used to watch that show, but I did like it. I thought he made a good Ragnar. He was interesting, but yes, but I like Vikings. I like Viking history. That's because they're.
Yeah, me too.
It's, you know, I love the shield maidens and all, so, which is true. So I always like that.
The shield maidens?
Well, you know, Vikings had a very, in comparison to the Christian world, that if the Vikings, if the Christians hadn't taken over Europe, world history would be a lot different. Vikings had a more progressive society at the time, where women actually had rights and the laws were women could be whatever. Well, in fact, we were talking about it on the show once, because they found bones. You know, they always thought that because of men being archaeologists and anthropologists primarily and having their own biases, when they discovered bones of a warrior in where, I guess, in Norway, I think, and they just assumed it was a man, but they had these bones and they had this grave, and all the goods in the grave were, because they were all the possessions of a warrior, the sword, a shield. It was buried with a horse and all kinds of military stuff. And it ends up it was a woman. So when they finally did test, I think
I did read about that.
Yeah. And that's not the only one. I mean, and they found one of the big.
Not the only one.
Well,
no.
Warrior
in all of history.
No. Well, clearly women had the option to be warriors in that sense. And then they were also high status people. That one of the big ship burials that they uncovered were that when all of the goods, and then they found the person who was buried, and then there was another person buried with they think was a slave or somebody that who sacrificed themselves to be buried to serve this person, and it was this giant boat. The ship burial, it was a woman who was buried. So that was clearly a high status person had one of these amazing ship burials. So, and it was a woman. So, yep.
All right.
All righty. All right, Poppy Champlin, everybody. Poppy Champlin.
See you later.
Yes. Woo, woo, woo. See you later.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Poppy Champlin, ladies and gentlemen. It's a little nice conversation, right? A little take a break from all the insanity of the Republicans. What do you think? It's nice to just chat a little. Even though Poppy, I don't know, she's putting her empathy in the wrong place. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I do not feel bad. I do not feel bad for Ashley Babbitt. I'm sorry. I feel bad she's a moron. Here, look. Here. Look at this. Here's some clips. Oh, yeah. Oh, remember the times of our life. What is this? Let's see.
Cortez revealed that she is a survivor of sexual assault on Monday, as she recounted her experience during the riot at the Capitol. Ocasio-Cortez accused lawmakers who called for people to, quote, move on from the riots, of using, quote, the tactics that abusers use. The New York Democrat identified herself as a sexual assault survivor, while live on Instagram ahead of detailing her account of the mob that overtook the Capitol on January 6th. She said, quote, I am a survivor of sexual assault. We cannot move on without accountability. We cannot heal without accountability. All these people telling us to move on are doing so at their own convenience.
Yep. Oh, well. She's just nuts. Right? That's what we're supposed to dismiss what happened, because being a Republican means never saying you're sorry. Never having to say you're sorry. You could be a kook. You could be a racist. You could even try to overthrow the government itself. You could spread the big lie and incite racists, the Ku Klux Klan, kooks from all over to gather in Washington to try to try to hang Mike Pence. And you can literally murder people in the Capitol. And then you could take a shit and wipe it all over the floor. And then you can lie about it. Because that's what's going on. We're in the middle of the big lie on top of the big lie, with the Republicans now negating what happened when AOC shared her trauma surviving the event. Of course she's a survivor. They are all survivors. Anybody who got in the way of the mob could have lost their lives, especially them. Especially AOC. Or what about Ilhan Omar? What do you think they would have done to her? What about Rashida Tlaib? Or Cori Bush? Cori Bush had to move her office away from Marjorie Taylor Green because she was being harassed. We saw it on tape. They don't have any boundaries, these people. That's why they're dangerous. I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for us. God damn it. And I'm infuriated for us as well. I'm infuriated for the ones who die needlessly. I don't care about Ashley Babbitt. She had all the opportunities that we had to wake the F up. She could have turned on Tarabuster. Right? Or even Tom Hartman. Jesus Christ. We're supposed to feel bad for them and continue to allow them to lie because they're the victims. That's the bottom line. You see how successful they've been, and I'm not going to argue with Poppy. She's not here now, but that even Poppy having that kind of feeling, it's like it goes to show us how the Republicans have been successful. They're the victims, no matter what, even when they're the perpetrators. And of course, they are always the perpetrators. What have they ever done that's good? Can anybody tell me? Anybody? What have they done to add to the country? To make this a better place? To reduce the stress in the country? To reduce the ignorance? To make things function? to enable us to live together. You know, they may not like it that we are a nation of immigrants. That's clear, because they're filthy racists. But if they love the country, don't you think they would want to make it so we can all live together in peace and harmony? Instead of spreading lies, ignorance, hatred, walking around with their guns? See, you only have to walk around with a gun if you feel you're under attack. So they don't look at us as fellow Americans and citizens and people that they want to be in a union with, in a more perfect union. They look at us as the enemy while we're trying to reach across the aisle. We're trying to make them feel welcome. We have always done this with conservatives. You understand? That's why the country is in the state it is. Not only have we have to finish the work of reconstruction, but we have a duty to make them accountable, like children. You see, when children need boundaries, and when they don't get boundaries and they're out of control, it really is a sign that you don't give a shit about them. Children want boundaries. So we have to give the Republicans boundaries. There has to be accountability for them. Otherwise, we don't have any hope. And the accountability isn't, what? Let them, let's all move on? Let them, here, the accountability isn't, here, you have any more shitty ideas that we can inflict on the American people in the spirit of bipartisanship? What good ideas have they ever had? Somebody tell me what a Republican has ever done to make this country a better place. They can't even deal with, forget the party of personal responsibility. They don't take responsibility for a goddamn thing. They won't take responsibility for January 6th. And on and on and on. They haven't taken responsibility for Ronald effing Reagan. Jesus Christ. And of course, there's no responsibility. You know, the reason why the Democrats voted to strip Marjorie Taylor Green of her committee assignments was because the Republicans wouldn't do it. They wouldn't give her consequences for her actions and for her lies. There's no responsibility. The Republicans only stick to that motto when they're trying to kick somebody when they're down. That's it. Oh, party of personal responsibility. They only stick to that motto when they're trying to kick people off of health care or deny people Medicaid or food stamps or living wages. When they're trying to bust up unions. When they're trying to screw this country again and again and again for their oligarch masters. Then we got to hear about responsibility. But there's no responsibility in the party of personal responsibility at all. They boo people. They censor people who actually take responsibility. And they give standing ovations to the nut jobs. Marjorie Taylor Green. Now, where is my phone? Because I get these conservative emails, because somebody signed me up. That's what they do. You know, being in this business here, I get harassed by conservatives. And they sign me up for their fucking stupid email lists. Like, let me just show you one thing. See this? This is the email list. Trump rejects, this came today. Trump rejects Pelosi's invitation. She has torn this country apart. And I said, what the fuck is, Pelosi is invited Trump somewhere? And I was like, what is this shit? Former President Trump and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi do not have the best relationship. Pelosi and Democrats spent 4 years obstructing Trump and doing everything they could do to have half his policies. I mean, you get it? These people don't know how to write. They suck in general, but the feud picked up again recently after Trump declined an invitation from Pelosi to attend the annual Congressional St. Patrick's Day lunch on Capitol Hill. Do you realize that happened last year? You understand? That's why it's a minor example, but this is in my mailbox today, and they write this as if it's happening now. No wonder these fucking people are confused. You can't read things. You gotta have all your other sources. You can't just take it at its word. You can't take them at face value. You gotta really delve in and be like, what the hell are they talking about? Why is this in my mailbox today? They don't say that this happened last year. Why would Nancy Pelosi invite Trump to the St. Patrick's Day lunch in 2021? Of course she didn't. But you wouldn't know it if you're a conservative reading this conservativebrief.com. Fucking everything is a lie with these people. Why? Why would they write that? Oh, is it to make Trump somehow relevant or give the impression that Democrats are begging Trump to join them and Trump is giving them the finger? It's unbelievable. But anyway, that's just an aside. And I got an email from something or whatever, some conservative, and I signed up for Marjorie Taylor Green's, here it is, for her text messages. This is Marjorie Taylor Green. Dems want me expelled, but people are with MTG. You get it? It's like, it's JFK and AOC and FDR and MTG. That's the best you got? Sign your statement of support. And she's fundraising off of it. Stand with MTG. See? The Democrats want me expelled, and the fake news media is smearing me. And the Silicon Valley cartel wants me shut down. But we, the people, stand with MTG. Yeah, no, it's not that you're an unhinged racist kook, a fringe weirdo who fell into a Q hole and couldn't crawl out if your life depended on it. You're not smart enough. See, that's a weak mind. It betrays a weak mind. It's not that. It's not that you are a freak who believes a whole bunch of bullshit. ugly, not nice bullshit, not stupid bullshit, ugly bullshit, ugly, hateful, dangerous bullshit. And it's dangerous because these pricks have power. It would just be tedious. She would just be somebody on a Facebook page, a crank, a lunatic, a weirdo, a freak, your ugly racist aunt that you'd have to try to ignore at Thanksgiving. No, they put her in the House of Representatives, and they put her on the Education Committee. The same ghoul who chased an 18-year-old victim of gun violence down the streets, calling him a coward. Oh, God. Here's some of her greatest hits. Green pushed the conspiracy theory about the 2017 Las Vegas shooting. Everything is a conspiracy to make guns look bad. What a freak. What a sick, scared little ghoul. She's like out of my nightmares. Out of the, children shouldn't play with dead things nightmares when I was a kid. That movie was on. Or that other one, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. That's what she reminds me of, those little ghouls that lived in the vents. That's Marjorie Taylor Green. Coming out like, get her. There she is, get her. That's Marjorie Taylor Green's world. Everything's a conspiracy. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution's Jim Galloway wrote in 2017, Green mused about the possibility that the Las Vegas massacre was a massive conspiracy intended to help pass gun control measures. Yeah, we need fucking gun control yesterday. What part of, I have to say, well-regulated militia don't you understand, Marjorie? You dumb bitch. Come for me, Marjorie. Really, I hope they do. Really? Ugh. 5 months later, on Facebook, Green passed along rumors of an FBI cover-up in its investigation of the Las Vegas massacre. Everybody's covering shit up. It's a big conspiracy and... Green, here's another one. Green visited Congress and tried to get Representatives Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, who are Muslim, to retake their oaths on a Bible, on a Christian Bible. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. In February 2019, Green filmed herself unsuccessfully trying to interrogate Representatives Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib. During the video, she falsely claimed that they are illegitimate members of Congress. Everything's illegitimate except her. And the freaks who stormed the Capitol, and the racists, and the ghouls, and the geeks, and the freaks, and the vents. Green also said she wants to tell them that they should really go back to the Middle East if they support Sharia. In addition to being bigoted, her remarks are also ignorant, as their oaths were legitimate and neither representative is from the Middle East. Green shared an anti-Muslim video that portrays Jewish people as trying to destroy Europe through immigration. How much longer do we have to put up with this shit? The same old. Everybody's taking over. Everybody's invading. Fucking morons. Why don't they all just go into their basements and just effing stay there? Stay there. Hunker down with your guns, and we'll tell you when it's safe to come out. The first of never. Thank you, Richard W., for your super chat. Thank you. You're taking the leap. That will help us keep going. Holy shit. Is this the end of the show? That's just my music cue. It doesn't have to be the end of the show. I want to talk about one more thing. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Yeah, I truly feel like as a woman in America, I really need to go talk to these ladies. Yeah, because they support, you know what, they support Sharia. And these are women that really would like to see Sharia in America. And as an American woman, as a business owner, as a mother, I have 2 daughters. I never want to see Sharia in America. And so I really want to go talk to these ladies and ask them what they are thinking and why they're serving in our American government. They really should go back to the Middle East if they support Sharia. So let's go talk to them. I definitely want to go talk to them.
How about we do the one that committed treason and is trying to come back to America and send them instead? Bring the one,
absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go.
Holy shit. Imagine being that woman's children. Oh my God. One last thing I want to talk about, and then we'll go. I'm going to rewind the clock a little. What do you think? Who's in the chat? Is anybody even here? Let's see. Who's here? Of course, Greg, #1 super chat and #1 patron and Tarabuster fan, Greg. Thank you for spreading the word. Suzanne says, Tara, please tell Greg hello for me. Well, that's very nice of you. I'm new here. I got a recommendation from Greg on Tom Hartman's show. Thank you. I hope you like the show, Suzanne. And I hope you tell your friends about the show, because we want the show to grow and we want people to say, well, what we talk about here is that we are the real patriots. Progressives are the real patriots. There's nothing more. I mean, America is a progressive initiative. There's nothing more progressive than overthrowing a king and an aristocracy. And we have the solutions that will not only built the middle class to begin with, but will save us from the fascists, and that, and we sum it up as everybody in, nobody out. That's the only American way. But so if you want to go say hello to Greg yourself, go over to youtube.com/c/Tarabuster show. One last thing I want to talk about, it's very quick, really, is, well, first of all, I want to ask, does everybody like the show tonight? Or was it entertaining enough? I know they all can't be award winners, but trying to make up for my show yesterday. I'm going to try to do as many shows as possible. And don't forget that Saturday, 8 p.m., not 6 p.m. But the other thing, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, become a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. White Rabbit on the chat. Tara, let's call our plan a final solution. I don't know. That might not go. That's got a bad rap. We'll rebrand it. Yes. No Junior tonight, Jim. Junior is sleeping over there. He's sleeping on the chair. He's here. He's here sleeping on the chair. I just wanted to talk about the did you see this? Oh my God. Trump. I know, I can't, right? Do we have to talk about Trump? But it's just too good. Trump rage quit SAG-AFTRA. What a tiny baby, little whiny bitch. So the Screen Actors Guild was going to kick him out because they got together and they said that Trump went against whatever, some disciplinary committee hearing. So here's from CBS News. Screen Actors Guild was holding a disciplinary meeting to consider revoking President Trump's membership. But before SAG could make any announcements, Trump announced he's breaking up with them first. What a baby. This is the guy that they took a shit in the Capitol for. Okay? This is the guy that they murdered the Capitol police officer for. They stabbed people with pieces of fences. They beat cops over the head with Blue Lives Matter flags, flagpoles. For this fucking tiny little bitch. The fragile little con man. Yes, he sent a letter to the... And I couldn't believe it when I was reading it. I thought, this cannot be real life. So Trump sent a resignation letter to Gabriel Carteris, writing, I no longer wish to be associated with your union. Here's what he wrote. Here's the letter. It's unbelievable, but so believable. And this is why they are so dangerous. You understand? These people are dangerous. It would be funny if they weren't so dangerous. They're sick. Mr. Carteris, I write you today in regard to the so-called disciplinary committee hearing aimed at revoking my union membership. Who cares? Explanation point. No question mark. Who cares? While I'm not familiar with your work, I'm very proud of my work on such movies as Home Alone 2. Oh, what a good work you've done. I didn't mean to do that. Everyone remembers your good work on Home Alone 2. Right? When he said, the little Macaulay Culkin said, excuse me, can you point me in the right direction? Right over there. Ooh, I really believed that you believed you were doing a good job. That you could act. I really believed that for a second. I really believed that you made it part of the deal to shoot in the hotel that you have a cameo. Like anybody gives a shit. Nobody cares. You know who cares? You do. That's who cares. And it's so transparent. And he sends it on the office of Donald J. Trump. And he signs it President Donald J. Trump with a seal. You're not the fucking president, scumbag. You're scum. You're cancer on the scum, on the cancer, on the cancer, on the scum of humanity. Of so-called humanity, because you're not human. I'm very proud of my work on movies such as Home Alone 2, Zoolander, and Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. Does anybody know that one? That must be like the Wall Street, the hit movies, spin-off or something? I don't know. Less successful sequel. And television shows, including The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Saturday Night Live, and of course, one of the most successful shows in television history, The Apprentice, just to name a few. Explanation point. I've also greatly helped the cable news and television business, said to be a dying platform with not much time left until I got involved in politics, said by many, like nobody's ever seen. And created thousands of jobs on networks such as MSDNC. Can you fucking believe this? And fake news CNN, among many others. Can you believe this shit? Really? This is real life. This is really happening. Could you imagine? Let's play the game. What if Barack Obama wrote a letter like this? What do you think the Republicans would do? What if Nancy Pelosi wrote a letter like this? What do you think? What do you think they would do? Here he continues, which brings me to your blatant attempt at free media attention to distract from your dismal record as a union. Your organization has done little for its members and nothing for me, besides collecting dues and promoting dangerous and un-American policies and ideas. You know, all that Hollywood liberal stuff like equality, freedom, then the American way, dangerous, and the one with the most votes gets to be the president, dangerous. Oh my God. As evident by your massive unemployment rates and lawsuits from celebrated actors. Who the fuck knows what he's talking? And who cares? This is somebody who was supposed to deal with the pandemic, remember? That's why nearly 500,000 Americans are dead, because he doesn't give a shit. He only cares about the tedious, tiny little minutia bullshit aspects of his own rotten, useless life. Wasted life, wasted human DNA. And that's their leader. That's their fucking leader. That's the leader of the Republicans, who they give a standing ovation to, a conspiracy theory bitch who chases down a victim of gun violence, a child, an 18-year-old. At the time, he was 18. That's who they are. The worst human beings on the planet. They are the worst. Seriously. That's why we have to endure them. You don't find common ground with these people. Either they come along kicking and screaming, or come along nicely, whichever way is up to them. But the rest of them, we leave them in history's trash pile. That's where they belong. They have no ability to function in a free democratic society. This is the person they made their fucking standard bearer. And I excuse my effing cursing. This is the person they said, lead us. And now they're still saying it. They're not letting go. They had every opportunity to let him go. You get it? He started an insurrection against this country. They jumped in with him. They jumped into the bandwagon. The lies. They spread his lies for him. Then they continue to spread his lies and cover his ass for him. There's no accountability for him. There's no accountability for them. That's what it means to be a right-winger. This is why they are an irredeemable, greed-centered death cult. This is their leader. And they're still covering up for him. There's no accountability for him. They could have said, okay, Democrats, we're done. Remember the night of the insurrection, and Lindsey Graham was like, I'm done. I'm out of here. Oh, Miss Lindsey, get my male escort on the phone. I need some stress relief. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he's a closet case. Please. But anyway, they had every opportunity. I'm done. To send this mother effer into history's trash heap. Yeah, they could have said, yes, Democrats, we will join you in impeaching this prick. And we will bar him and all of his crime family from never running for office again. We need to break up with this prick. And tell the fucking morons, the Proud Boys, and the Boogaloo douchebags, and the incels, and the racists, and the KKK, and the white supremacists, and the fucking, I don't know, Ashley Babbitt, whatever the fuck her name was. All the morons that they were lied to. We had an opportunity. They had the opportunity. They could have said, we're done. Yes. You know what? Enough is enough. This is our opportunity. Like when he first latched on to the Republican Party like a goddamn lamprey. And they were like, he is a con man. And if he gets control of the party, he will destroy the party. And we will deserve it. And Donald Trump is xenophobic, race baited. Yeah. Yeah. All of those things. Now, you could have said, you could have been like, it's over. We're done. Impeach this motherfucker. People are dead. There's blood and shit in the halls of the Capitol because of him. And they didn't take it. They didn't take that opportunity. They're not done. They can't break up with him. But this is him. This is them. This is them. All of them. Everybody. Anybody who supports him. How do you wear a fucking Make America Great Again hat and this is the person that you're thinking is making America great? It's impossible. It's like a fish wearing a Make America Fly Again hat. I was going to say shirt and hat. A fish will never fly. So, unless it's a flying fish, I guess, but it's unreal. Besides collecting dues and promoting dangerous un-American policies and ideas, lawsuits from celebrated actors who even recorded a video asking, why isn't the union fighting for me? These, however, are policy failures. Your disciplinary failures are even more egregious. Which makes me wonder if Trump actually wrote that. Because how the fuck? He knows the word egregious? Well, no, he clearly wrote it. His secretary probably put that word in, though. I no longer want to be associated with your union. Yeah, because that's what he was doing. He was sitting around. It's just a complete coincidence that his letter coincides with the SAG-AFTRA union meeting to discuss disciplinary action against the insurrectionist. It just so happens. And all the things he was doing in his post-presidential life. I mean, he was thinking about how he can help distribute the vaccine. He had nothing to do with. though he took full credit for. You know, he wasn't occupying his mind coming up with the logistics of that. Oh, God. And he signs, well, he finishes, as such, this letter is to inform you of my immediate resignation from SAG-AFTRA. You have done nothing for me. Regards, President, fuck you, Donald J. Trump. Regards. After that, what a douchebag. So that's real. That's real life. And SAG-AFTRA apparently responded. In response, SAG issued a 2-word statement. Thank you. See what this country's come to? It's a country of immature morons, where schoolyard taunts and bullies snipe at each other. That's why we can't have nice things. And the Jim Jordan, they complain about being canceled. They want to cancel. Oh, I got canceled. You can't cancel me. I'm going to cancel you. I'll cancel you first. Oh, please. Let's see. Can Trump return to movies and TV shows after his SAG-AFTRA resignation? I hope not. This is in a website called The Wrap. Jeremy Fuster. The fact that Trump is now a non-union talent, well, and that's using that term broadly, might be yet another reason for producers to steer clear of him. Donald Trump has decided he would rather leave SAG than be expelled, telling the Guild in a letter that he sent on Thursday that he's resigning. But what does it mean for his future media plans? Legally speaking, no longer holding a SAG-AFTRA card doesn't mean the former president can't appear on TV or movies in cameos. A representative for the Guild said that Trump's resignation would not bar him from future cameos or making future media appearances for himself through his own projects. That sucks. Either though a new media venture through a news network that whatever, who cares? Fuck him. That's the bottom line. Okay. Thank you, Stephen Lee, for your super chat. Stephen Lee writes, never give an inch. That's the truth. You can't. Because this is what they do. You can't give them an inch. They take it all. Who cares? Who cares? You care. You care. That's clear. Child, you care. Holy shit. Oh, boy. Anyway, guys. Let's see. Let me see. Let's listen to Jim Jordan for a second.
You're going in the Thunderdome. Today it's Miss Green. Who's it going to be tomorrow?
Who will it be? Today is It's in the Thunderdome. The poor thing. Everyone's picking on them. Who among us haven't said that, haven't stormed the Capitol? Who among us haven't demanded that Muslims take the oath on a Bible? Who among us haven't insisted that school shootings are hoaxes? We could all find ourselves at any moment saying something just as dumb, and then we'll be canceled. Who among us hasn't heckled a 18-year-old survivor of a school massacre? Who among us wouldn't do that? Who among us haven't falsely accused Hillary Clinton in the death of John F. Kennedy Jr.? Who among us haven't liked a meme or two claiming that Democrats used the DACA program to facilitate human trafficking? Huh? Huh? Who among us wouldn't scream and yell and say that on Facebook that the only way to get your freedoms back is by earning it in the price of blood? Who among us haven't insisted that the pipe bombs sent to members of Congress are a hoax? Another hoax. Lots of hoaxes going on in this country. Well, that's a sign of a declining civilization. You realize that? Because normal civilization, you don't see this shit going on in New Zealand. They don't have members of their parliament who insist that, pick anything, that the other people, I don't know, aren't legal citizens, or they don't run ads saying I'm your worst nightmare with an M16 and other members of parliament. Who among us haven't said that the Pizzagate conspiracy theory was an inside job? Everything's an inside fucking job. How about you do your own fucking job and, stop peddling conspiracy theories and lies. That's it. That's your job. That's part of your job.
Who's it going to be tomorrow? I've heard several times on the floor today from the Democrats. Conspiracy theory. The Democrats peddled the biggest conspiracy theory of all time, the Russia hoax. Amen.
Oh my God. And it's not a hoax. Oh my God. The biggest. Amen. Did you hear that? No. That's why every time they say Russia hoax, we say bullshit. You have to fight them on every front. You cannot give an inch. Because this is what happens to it. You can't expect the American people are going to fill in the blanks and going to know that it's not true what they're saying. There is, what do you mean there is no, well, the Russia hoax is not a hoax. 19 indictments? Jail terms? If it was such a hoax, why did Twitler have to pardon people? To get them out of jail? If there was such a hoax. Oh, I guess everything is, it was an inside job. It was a hoax. It was a... Oh, you fuckers.
For the last 4 years, they peddled this theory. 2 of those years, they spent $40 million, 19 lawyers, 40 FBI agents, 500 witnesses, 2,500 subpoenas, but came up with zero collusion. Former Director of National Intelligence, James Clapper, he was going on television all the time talking about the coordination, the collusion that was going on. But
you fucking piece of waste. The Russia gate. I just have to finish this up because I had to play that clip by accident. I don't want to leave that hanging in the air. The Russia gate was not a hoax. The Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, remember, confirmed what the Mueller report did not. Here's an article from The Atlantic. Rereading the Mueller report more than a year after its publication, one gets the feeling Robert Mueller didn't press the inquiry to its end. Remember when the Senate got together after the fact and then they released their findings? The Republican-controlled Senate said that Russia interfered with the 2016 election and made inroads with the Trump campaign. Fucking Jesus Christ. Just because if Trump was too stupid, I mean, Trump is a Russian agent. We know that. They all laughed about it. The Republicans themselves knew it. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Manafort. Let's see. The significant revelation of the document. Kilnick was likely a participant in the Kremlin scheme to hack and leak Clinton's campaign emails. Kilnick kept in close contact with Russian oligarch Oleg Deripaska, a former client of Paul Manafort. The report also indicates that Deripaska was connected with his government in hacking efforts. The fact is especially suggestive. Deripaska had accused Manafort of stealing money from him. Manafort hoped to repair his relationship with the oligarch. Was Manafort passing information to him through Kilnick for the sake of currying favor with his old patron? Remember, Manafort got out of jail not because of a hoax. Jesus Christ. And the report that we see is redacted. This is the Senate report. Unbelievable. All right. Carter Page was a grifter. All of them. Manafort. Trump campaign behavior. Suspicious, designed to evade detection. This is what it said in the Senate report. Unbelievable. But it's a hoax. But he could just say that on the floor. Into this record. Into the official record. And the Democrats, they don't even bother to rebut it. They won't get up there and say, I'm sick of listening to this Russia hoax lie. Because there's actual work to be done. They just go on and they assume the best of the American people. Oh, the American people will figure it out. No, they don't. They won't figure it out. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to put the truth into the airwaves. So hopefully somebody, when they go online, they won't fall into a Q hole. They'll find the truth. And maybe there'll be hope for them. Thank you all. All right, guys. Thank you, Errol Thomas, for your super chat. Thank you, Jim, for your super chat. Thank you, Richard W., for your super chat. And thank you, Stephen Lee, for your super chat. I really, 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 really appreciate it. Remember what I say. Hopefully we'll see what happens tomorrow. We know we're doing a show on Saturday, too. I will try to do a show tomorrow. I will. What do you think? Is that okay? Is that okay? All right. Let's see if anybody says anything. Remember to thank you, Greg, for sharing the show and bringing people to the show. That really helps. And it does, and it does. Remember what I say. We will win. We're on the right side of history. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, and democracy. Thank you, Resin Rebel, for the super chat right under the wire. Oh, wait. I hear Ray. Oh, shit. I just pulled out my own headphones. Ray. Come here, baby. Honey. I got you. Everybody wants to see you. Look at him. This is our little Black Lives Matter cat. Look how beautiful he is. Ray. Who's a Ray? Are you Ray? Look how cute he is. Wait, let me take this off so you can see him better. Hi, Ray Ray. Look over here, Ray. Ray. I wish he would say something. He's very cute. All right, honey. He goes. He makes a very cute noise. All right, guys. We're on the right side of history. Where was I? We're on the right side of decency, dignity, and democracy, and we will win. We stick together. We win. My name is Tara Devlin, and I will see you very soon.